Hi, my friends. It's Miss Clap Rich coming to you on this holiday. But I need your help figuring out what holiday it is today. I woke up this morning, I knew that is the first day of April and that there is a holiday today. So I just put on something from every holiday I could think of. You see I got my St. Patrick's Day sweater on. Underneath I have my kitty from Christmas time, my birthday girl sash for my birthday, and heart-shaped sunglasses for Valentine's Day. April Fools, that's what it is. I thought I just wanted to be goofy on April Fool's Day. Just wear something from every holiday. Do you like it? What do you think? A little bit of everything? It's kind of fun. So I want to put these, or take these off so I can see you a little bit better. But April Fool's Day is such a fun day. My mom fooled me with something this morning. It's just a lot of fun. But I'm gonna teach you two fun kind of magic tricks so you can fool somebody in your family, okay? So we're gonna start with this one, all right? So you write on a piece of paper and you go up to someone in your home and you say, I'm gonna ask the April Fool's Day fairy for something to describe you. All right, ready? I wrote, you are, and let's find out what the April Fool's Day fairy has to say. Okay, ready? You crumple it up into a ball, and you go ahead and rub. Okay, April Fool's Day fairy, is that enough? No. Okay, well, I'll put it in this. Rub. Is that enough, April Fool's Day fairy? She said yes. All right, let's find out. Ready? Oh, let's see what she said. All right, it says, you are amazing. I knew it. I knew you were amazing. Do you know where this piece of paper came from? I fooled ya. Well, here, I'll show you how it actually works. So before you go ahead and do this with someone in your family, you write down, you are, ... And then you can write whatever you want on this piece of paper. You write down goofy or awesome or silly or amazing. And then what you do is you crumple this up ahead of time. And you actually, I hid it right here in the back of my shirt. You just let it balance in there, okay? If you have a hood even, you could try like doing that. So then you didn't know that was back there since the very beginning of the video. And then I said, you are, and then I crumpled it up and I rubbed. But what I was doing at that time was I took this hand and I reached in the back and grabbed this, okay? So I grabbed it and rub, and then I said, is that enough rubbing? No, I guess not. So then I go like this and then I rub. So now I have both pieces of paper in this hand, rub, and then you pretend to rip it in half. And then you have the two different pieces of paper. Isn't that fun? One that says amazing and the other one that says you are. So you're gonna try that one with your family and tell me what you think, okay? One more magic trick. This is one of my favorites. Okay, ready? So what you do is you take a deck of cards and you slowly go like this and you tell someone, tell me when to stop. Should we stop right there? Okay? You pull it back and you show them the card. I have no idea what card that is that you just chose. So you put it back in the deck and you can ask them to mix up the cards however they want, or you can mix it up for them, whatever works. Just tell them, mix it up, mix up the cards. You can have, and just to make it even cooler, you can tell them, you go ahead, mix it up. I won't even touch the cards, okay? So they're gonna mix it up real good, and then you show them, you say, I'm gonna find your card. There it is. How did I know that was your card? You ready for the secret? I've done this one my whole life and nobody can ever figure it out. This is my favorite magic trick ever. So what you do before you start doing this trick with someone in your home, you look at the bottom card, okay? This is the 5 of diamonds. And before you start your trick, you make sure to stick it out the bottom a little bit like that, okay? So when I'm starting my trick and telling you, tell me when to stop, that one is already stuck out on the bottom, okay? So tell me when to stop, and no matter where it is they say, you grab the bottom card, and that's the card that they see. So you already know what the card is before the trick even begins. pretty cool, huh? So then 5 diamonds, and you put it back in, and you tell them to shuffle, 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 and the whole time you already know what the card is, okay? And then you go through the whole deck and you pull it out, and that's how it is. So just make sure before you start the trick that you take that bottom card, stick it out, but keep it towards you so they can't tell that it's already stuck out. And make sure you just memorize what that card is. When they tell you to stop, then you just pull that card with it, okay? It might take a little practice on your own to kind of do it without them seeing that you're pulling that bottom card, but have fun with it, all right? So on to today's activity. Now that I've fooled you with a couple fun magic tricks on April Fool's Day, I wanted to bring back our fun koala from yesterday's activity because today's activity has to do with trees. And Mr. Koala, actually we named him Eucalyptus. He loves hanging out in trees. So I thought that he would really like today's activity. So he's gonna hang out with us. He likes to lay down. We gotta add to our thankful tree first. So I wrote on one that I like being goofy, especially on April Fool's Day. So I'm thankful that we can just be goofy. And I wrote that I'm thankful for holidays. When I got all these fun things out, I was reminded I love celebrating holidays. It's just a fun way to add a little extra fun and laughter in our life. So we'll put holidays up there, okay? So now, speaking of trees, on this card today, it says the giving tree. You see that? And it says, like a gentle tree, you are kind and supportive. So breathe deep and say, just like the trees, I am giving. Because when you think of the trees, they do a lot. They provide shelter for the birds. They provide food for the birds. They provide home for the squirrels. All kinds of like animals like moose will sometimes eat off the trees. They are very giving. And I know you are too, okay? So we are going to put our arms in the air like we're trees. Maybe your leaves are blowing in the wind. And you take a deep breath in, and remember, we're gonna say, just like the trees, I am giving, okay? Breathe in. Just like the trees, I am giving. And we'll do it one more time, ready? Just like the trees, I am giving. It feels so good to take deep breaths and say kind things about yourself because I know you are a very giving person. The trees give food and shelter to animals, and you give love to your family members, you give support to your parents and to your siblings, and you just give so much every day. And just like when we made this wonderful lion that says all these kind things about yourself, it's important to say something good about yourself every single day. Just like the trees, you are giving, okay? So talking about trees, I started to make a tree today, and I'm gonna tell you what the leaves are that we're gonna put on there because you know how the last couple days we made something that kind of talked about how we spend our day? So we talked about how much time do I spend doing all these different activities? We did this on Monday, and then yesterday on Tuesday, we wrote a to-do list. So every day you can write down what it is you need to do and want to do and check off those tasks, okay? And as I was thinking about that, I was thinking, man, as you get older and as you grow, you are constantly learning new things. You know things today that you probably didn't know yesterday. You can do things today in what grade you're in than you did last year. You've learned so much and you are always growing. When I was thinking about growing, I thought of the trees because the trees are always growing and blooming and with new leaves and blossoms. So I was thinking that today on each of these leaves, we're gonna write something new that you've learned within the last few months or year. Like this one, maybe you learned to tie your shoes. That's something you maybe couldn't do a year or two or a couple years ago. Or maybe ride a bike. Let's write a couple more. Let's see. Where's my marker? I had a pen, but that's all right. So how about maybe you learned to play piano? Ooh, that's a good one. I just started learning piano a couple years ago. So that's something new that you've learned and you've grown because that's a new thing. And what about you've learned to care for your siblings. Maybe a couple years ago you were too young a little bit to help much around the house, but maybe now you've learned how to care for younger siblings in your house. So think, how have I grown in the last couple years? Or again, it could be the last month or the last few days. Something that you can do now that you used to not be able to do. Isn't that cool that you never stop growing? You're always learning. Even me, I'm an adult and this is my first year as a counselor. I didn't know how to be a counselor until this year. So I've grown and learned how to do that. I've learned how to make these videos for you guys. I'm always learning and growing. So I'm gonna show you how to make this tree. I'll just show you how to draw it kind of on the back. All I did, similar to the thankful tree, is you just draw a big trunk. And then all you have to do is draw some branches. Then I kind of draw little branches coming off of this like that. And draw another one with some little branches coming off. So just a bunch of branches. That's all you have to do. Okay? And then what you can do is you could just draw on a piece of paper and then put the leaves on. But what I did was I drew this on a brown piece of paper and then glued it on here. So I was thinking you could write on here, like a tree, I grow. And maybe you could put every day, and we'll put that in capital letters, every day. So it says, like a tree, I grow every day. So then all I did was, you know how I just drew a little leaf, cut it out. It's kind of like an oval shape. And then just for fun, to make it kind of pop out instead of laying flat, I pinched one side of the leaf, and you take some glue and you put it on the end, and then you pinch it together like that. You kind of have to hold it for a few seconds. Just hold it, hold it, hold it. Maybe you have to hold it even a little bit longer. So we'll hold that, but then all we're gonna do is you can tape or glue them on, and see, it's kind of fun. They pop out rather than them just laying flat on there. So let's see, I think it might be even easiest. You can use tape or glue or whatever you want. We'll do that little double-sided with the tape and stick it on there. Look at that. But again, you can use glue or whatever works best for you. And you can ride a bike, and you can write a bunch of things on there. You can even ask an adult in your home, what's something that I can do now that I used to not be able to do? You know, caring for your siblings, all these things, and keep adding more and more things. Like I said, are you learning to play an instrument? Are you better at math? Can you read chapter books now? What are some things, like a tree, you grow every single day. So what is a different way that you've grown and learned something new recently? And add that all over your tree, okay? I know you've grown and learned a lot in the last few days and years in your whole life. So thanks for joining me today on April Fool's Day. Should we put these on Mr. Eucalyptus? Nice, he looks pretty awesome, huh? I love April Fool's Day, such a goofy day. So fool somebody with those magic tricks and have fun making your tree today, and remind yourself in the ways you've grown, okay? So we will see you tomorrow, and please remember, I care about you, and I really hope that you're doing well. Remember how special you are, okay? We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.